today he told me, well, listen, you have to get rid of the baby because actually I'm married. When we got together.
Waiting till 40 to become a single baby mama is crazy as hell.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all paid. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me.
6 weeks and 3 days pregnant, and my child's father, all within a day of finding out that I was pregnant, that I may have an ectopic pregnancy, going to the emergency rooms, spending hours and hours and hours getting poked and prodded to find out that my baby's okay and in my uterus where they should be, and my hormone levels are where they should be. So within a day of finding all that out, the father of my child said he doesn't want this, he doesn't think this is a good idea, and he wants me to not keep the baby. Let me be very clear that my child's father was very aware of what was going on. This wasn't like nobody was trapped. He repeated over and over and over again how bad he wanted us to have a baby, how bad he wanted me to have a baby, how bad he wanted me to get pregnant. And then I get pregnant and he's like, no. And today he told me, well, listen, you have to get rid of the baby because actually I'm married. When we got together, thought we were getting divorced. I had requested a divorce, things was done, I thought, but that didn't happen. And now I'm trying to work my marriage out. So you cannot have my baby. So now here we are. And I'm trying to keep my stress levels down because one of the reasons they thought it was, or wanted to rule out it being ectopic pregnancy was because I was bleeding and still having a little bleeding issues. You know, I'm trying to stay calm, keep the stress down, so I don't harm my baby, but I'm just struggling because I'm trying to figure out why I needed this. Why I needed to be, I'm trying to ask God, like, why I needed to be bent and broken and snapped in this way. I was minding my business, y'all. That man was persistent to even get a chance with me. And we were damn near living together. And then to say, you're you know, my poor baby. Poor baby. I didn't want this life for my baby. And you know what? I'm 41. I don't have any children. This is my first child. I didn't ever even think I wanted any. So I certainly wasn't trying to but now it's here. Just married the whole time. Intentionally got me pregnant. And once I got pregnant, told me I want nothing to do with this.
Waiting till 40 to become a single baby mama is crazy as hell. Like, there's no way you should be putting yourself in that type of position at your age, Bookie. There's no way that you will wait till 40 to choose wrong and do wrong again. Like, you should have did that way back in your 20s. At least you could have bounced back and maybe had a baddie era, but it's pretty much over for you. Like, you're 40, sit down, it's done. This lady really came to the internet to let us know that her baby daddy is technically married and he don't want to have a child with her, and she's 40 and it's her first child. She already having complications, going into the hospital, getting checked up on. Y'all know over 35 is considered like a geriatric pregnancy, so it's already giving high risk. Now she got a whole nother level of stress. Like, there's no way I'll be putting my body through that level of just constant emotional roller coaster and energy and just all of that for no man that's already connected to another woman. Girl, as fast as you got pregnant is as fast as I would have got rid of it. Like, bye, out of here. Do not do that to yourself. These men, it's like they don't change, they just become freakier. Men, as they get older, they go from being a regular freak to like an old dirty freak, and they be doing all type of stuff behind their wives' backs. And like at some point, it's not even like, oh my God, I didn't know. Like, you really have to do your research on these men. A lot of them own houses. They be public record, like who live up in them houses with them. If you put their name in on Google search and some of this stuff, like there's ways to find out if this man is married, if you want to know. Half the time women don't want to know because they feel like if they address the situation, then they not being cool, they not being down, and that he might not want to be around. He'll just go find somebody else that's cool with the situation. The truth is, some women are just cool with being a side chick until they find out that the man that they are being a side chick for does not value them. Some side chicks actually think that they are more valuable than a wife until he let them know, like, yeah, no, you're going to have to sit all the way down. And that's what he's pretty much saying. Get rid of this child, sit down, and maybe we can continue to fool around, but you're doing too much by trying to keep this baby. No way.
So I'm sure we all just seen a video. Well, not just seen, but I'm sure we all seen a video of the 40-year-old who came on here and said that she's pregnant and it may be an ectopic pregnancy. And that the man basically told her that he didn't want the baby, and that this whole time he has been married while he has been seeing her. He thought that him and his wife was going to get a divorce. but they ended up trying to work it out so she can't have his baby. He told her he don't want the baby and she can't have a baby. So she's on here and she's upset because everybody is in the comments basically telling her that she needs to get rid of the baby, which is understandable. Like, I don't agree that she should keep the baby, because honestly, that's going to be a hard pregnancy on your body for a man who doesn't want the baby and for a man who has a wife. Like, no. And then you're 40 years old. I wouldn't have no more kids after 30. Once I hit 30, no more. But to be 40 and to plan to be a single mother is insane. If God gave you that baby one time, he will give you another one again. But hey, that's just how I feel about it. I just feel like it's really the man's fault, because it's his fault, but sometimes as women, we just have to be smarter. She's 6 weeks pregnant. Girl, I will go to the chop shop. Cause no way. And then a man, and I know that's an emotional moment for her. Like, you can't really blame her. She clearly didn't know that he was married. She clearly didn't know that he would not want the baby after he told her that he wanted kids with her. And then she doesn't have kids, so this will be her first baby. Just imagine going through all this, your first pregnancy. Like, you wouldn't want to experience that way. So, me being me, I would say don't keep the baby. When a man tell you that he don't want the baby, don't keep the baby. And the way that she's making it seem like he said it is if he's going to do something to that lady if she keep the baby. Like, I'm sure he is going to do anything, or he can possibly harm you in any way possible to keep his life going. If he want to keep his wife, want to work things out with his wife, I fear for your life, babe. Fear for your life if it becomes if it's between you and his. Fear for your life, babe. But that's just my take on it. I really don't know. For real. Because that's a hard pill to swallow. That you've been with a man, you practically living with this man, then all of a sudden he come out of nowhere and tell you that he don't want the baby. And, well, not out of nowhere, but as soon as you find out you're pregnant, you let him know. He telling you can't keep the baby. He don't want the baby. He's married. Like, you're married? All this time I've been fooling with you and you're married? Like, that's a lot. That's a lot to take in.
I wanted to make a follow-up video because she's not lying about that girl using God to justify her bullshit. I went back to her page because I was like, I don't really remember what she said her reaction was to finding out that he was married. And she didn't really give much of a reaction. In the follow-up video, she says, no, we made clear that we were both single when we met. And I said, the spirit of confusion is on me. This girl is lying. I'm going to say this. She very much gives, I found Jesus in my late 30s. I have 3 little sisters, and one of them is a motherfucking alley cat. So I know one when I see one. This is all opinion. It's not fact. I don't know that lady, but it's giving alley cat that found their way to Jesus in their late 30s. So now every time somebody disagrees with you, you're going to pivot to Jesus and say that's who put that on you. You tell me this, Miss Mamas, because everybody up in your comments talking about that baby is a blessing, all this other shit. Christians love to say, God don't bless no mess. God ain't going to bless you with somebody else's man. Why wasn't you praying for discernment when you was laid up with that lady husband? You said y'all was practically living together. Why was y'all practically shacking up, living in sin, Miss Christian? And don't come over here where ain't nobody perfect. People had not give. I don't give a fuck about that. If you're going to try to bring God into this and say that's why you're doing this, how the fuck is you getting pregnant by a married man, God's blessing? You know what type of bullshit that baby about to grow up in? And see, this is what you're doing. You got feelings of abandonment, so you're going to try to use that baby to fill that void, but you ain't going to do nothing but pass that void down to that motherfucking baby. You can sit on here and play with these bitches in your comments all you want to, little girl. You playing a very dangerous game. And I'm going to tell you like this. If this wasn't about, I changed my previous statement was you wanted that man to see it. No, you want his wife to see it. You're being messy while in mess and calling it a blessing. If this was strictly about you keeping that baby, you would have never brought this shit to the motherfucking internet. You would have told him, okay, well, I ain't going to keep it. Whatever, you going about your business and kept your baby and raised your baby like some of these bitches be out here doing and just saying that the daddy died or whatever. You bringing this shit to the internet. Then you talking about y'all are being so mean in the comments because you came to the internet with your bullshit and got the most likely response. It's somebody with some big ass arms in that video talking about, oh, we would have been at Christmas dinner and y'all too quick to jump to abortion. Y'all love to get up this motherfucker and tell somebody what they too quick to do. Y'all too quick to become somebody baby mama. Now it's y'all too quick to have abortions. Which the fuck one is it? You playing with your life and you playing with that baby life, but you keep on all them. Oh, I'm gonna be an internet auntie. They don't give a fuck. And when this shit turned out how the hell we telling you it's gonna turn out, this gonna be the same audience you turn to that you swear being so mean to you, girl.
40-year-old and pregnant by a married man, and you only found out when you told him that you were pregnant. I can believe that. I can 100% believe that. Now, did he just never told you that he was married, or you simply never asked? Because yes, I know people will say it's his job to tell you. I understand that. But have you met men? Have you met any men? Haitian men, American men, Spanish men, all men, African men, all men. Have you met them? They're not going to volunteer an information like this. If they can, I don't know, lie to you or withhold information until they're able to get what's in front of you, which is the Hello Kitty, right? And in my opinion, a man will say any and everything to get that. And if you just so happen to request some compensation first, he might argue and throw a temper tantrum, but he might end up giving it to you, and before he even tell you that he's married. Like, that's how far they'll go before they tell you that they're married. Because him telling you after you're pregnant, I can totally believe that, because I literally have had men who approach me and they're married, ask me to have their child, and they've already have kids, ask me to have their child. And then on top of that, tell me, I will take care of you and do whatever it is that you want me to. But I ask, well, does your wife know about this? Because what do you mean? And I'm only asking like as if I'm entertaining this, right? Does your wife know about this? Oh, she doesn't know about this, you know. Okay, so you're being honest. Like, if I did not ask you and I just said, okay, well, let's do it because you put up front, I can take care of you and this child, you'll have no problem. I'd be like, okay, well, here you go. But at 40 years old, ma'am, like, these are things that, you know, that could possibly happen when you're 20. But 40, because we have women here who are basically telling the young girls, oh, you shouldn't only date men for compensations and all this and all that. You know, they're giving advice, and I'm here for the advice. But at 40 years old, you should know better. You've had 40 years of experience. Well, not 40 years. Hopefully you weren't dating so young. But my thing, you've had years of experience to know how men are. But you allow this man to trick you, and then you didn't get the information that is necessary, because nowadays you have to ask the man, are you single? Are you married? Because being single could be they have girlfriends. If they are not single, they have girlfriends or whatever. But then you have to ask them, are you married? Because they will purposely withhold that information and not tell you. Because I was dealing with a man, and I've told this story before. He was a married man, and I met him through a friend's party, a friend that I would always go to their parties. And this man spent a good amount of money on me. But I had quite a feeling that he was still married, because I just knew that he was lying because his mouth was moving. I just had a feeling, still had a feeling, but I wasn't sure because he kept telling me that he wasn't. He said that they had got a divorce and everything. And this man would go as far as texting me whenever we text, like throughout the week and stuff. And on the weekends, he'll tell me, oh, he's preparing, he's cutting the grass, because they used to share a house, right? Because I was kind of close to the family. So I have to say, he would cut the grass. He's cutting the grass because he's going to show the home that they used to live in together, so they can sell the house and, you know, split the money, because they had just got a divorce and they're separated. They have older kids who are in college, everything. It was a whole thing. This man lied. I mean, talking about, he would even, you know, he would say, hey, I'm cutting the grass, preparing for the house because the realtor is coming to take pictures, everything. And only for me to find out, because his wife actually called me through his phone, and she was like, who are you to this man? I was like, girl, nothing, you know, I will never disrespect a wife or anything like that. But I'm like, hello. And this is like back in the day stories, okay? So this is not happening now. I'm a married woman, okay? I'm married. But anyways, this had nothing to do with me being a married woman. But my thing is, that was when I wasn't a married woman, right? She reached out to me, and I was like, why don't you ask him? Who am I to him? You know, and I've told this story before, so if you feel like you're hearing the story again, because I've already told it. But my thing is, at my age, and I was a lot younger, I was like 20, I wasn't 30. But I knew better, because I just knew that this man was just lying, because you're married, and every time you'll go home after a certain time, I don't hear from you. Look, I was dating and you were paying for things. You were paying for a lot of things. So I wasn't going to, you know, trip I'm like, look, I understand this man is lying, but hey, he's taking care of the bills and he's doing what he needs to do. So finally, I ended up I caught him in his lies. Like, I knew eventually that would happen. Like, I would call him out. But I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was enjoying the stuff that was being provided for me. Very nice things and cash and everything. I mean, I had black card and everything. But my thing is, I knew this man was lying to me. So, and I asked him about the marriage thing. He clearly told me he was not married. He even lied. Like, while I was in front of him, while we were on a trip, heading to a trip, his daughter's college called and he lied to the whole college and everything. That's how far he went to keep up the lie, right? I ended up, even after his wife called me, he still reached out to me like a year later. I tell you, they always come back. A year later, he still wanted to take me on a date, and I'm pretty sure he was still married. He was still married. But yeah, he wanted to take me on a date and everything after that. But yeah, that never happened. Anyways, what was I gonna say? This lady's 40 years old, and you mean to tell me there was no clues to tell you that this man was married? If he was married, he was technically separated because he said he was going back to his wife. They were separated. So therefore, around that time, you should have been okay, well, he's not completely divorced. What can I get out of this in case this man decides to go back to his wife? Because at the end of the day, they're never going to leave the wife. They're never going to leave the wife. Why? Because they have more to lose. They have more invested in that relationship, especially have older kids, children together, a home together, and all this stuff. You are always going to be the side chick. And if you are smart, you will get what you can out of it in the meantime. And I'm not promoting, doing that in marriages. But hey, if the man's going to cheat, you might as well make sure he pays for it. Because look, you gotta be smart sometimes. Maybe acting like they're so smart and they're trying to, run one on their wives, on their families, trying to step out and try to get some easy. And my thing is, I'm not even going to say I blame the side chicks who be cheating for free. Because this man is cheating. He's getting his cake and eat it too, and you're giving it to him for free. What kind of nonsense is that? If I know that you're married, or you possibly are lying to me about you not being married, but you're really married, I'm going to make sure I eat dick in you. I will eat your eyeballs. Yes, because what do you mean, sir? I'm doing the Lord's work. Oh, it was doing the Lord's work. Oh, guys, this is too funny because what do you mean, ma'am? You're 40 years old and now that you allow this, because now the pregnancy is here. Because he couldn't have accidentally fall on top of you. You allowed it because we have to give consent at the end of the day, right? You're not married. So you have to give consent. Now that you're 40 and you're about to have a child, and I understand I think she said she didn't have kids before, so this is her first child. So then if you want to keep that child, it is your decision to do that and, experience life how it's going to be, because at the end of the day, if his wife decides she don't want him to take care of this kid, which I think is very, very horrible for a woman to even do that, because the child have nothing to do with it. If that happens, the child still needs to be taken care of because that's his seed. But my thing is, if she says, hey, I don't want you to take care of it, and if he's a weak man with no backbone, he's going to stay as far away from you and this child as possible. And he's going to make it seem as though it's his wife that don't want him to do nothing, that don't want him to have anything to do with his own child. And he's going to not take care of you, or he could take care of you in silence and basically still mess around with you if you allow it still, and take care of the child in secret and not tell his wife that he's still seeing you type stuff, right? Because men are still going to be men. At the end of the day, I hear so many horror stories when it comes to men doing stuff like this. I believe it. I believe he told you that day that you were pregnant that he did not want the child, even though he wanted the child, right? Even though he told you he wanted the kid, they will tell you everything when they're on top of you. They will tell you, I'm going to buy you the moon and bring it to you tomorrow when they're on top of you. They will tell you everything. But it's your decision. It's your choice to believe it, because at the end of the day, when we're 40, we're supposed to have discernment and life knowledge, because I have older friends, because I want to be able to learn from them so I don't make the mistake. So if I have a 40-year-old friend who's making a mistake like this, how can I learn from you? Ma'am, what do you mean? What do you mean? And not to say that I'm learning from you, because yeah, no. This right there was definitely a...
I'm at my mom's house because it's just comforting. I've been sick and just all day. And I don't know, if you just got a good mama, like, it's something about coming to mama's house that's just like soothes your soul. It's very comforting. But to clear something up, because I see some of you are being like real mean to me, or just under the impression, maybe my first video wasn't very clear, that I knew what was up with the man before having, conceiving our child. So I'm sorry, before conceiving my child. But then we met and started talking, dating, all of that. It was, the standard, are you single? You say, okay, I'm single. We cleared that we were both single. Then we got into a relationship, and for all intents and purposes, it appeared that there was no one else. When I mentioned practically living together on the other video, it wasn't like we were practically living together, so we should have had a baby. No, I was speaking to the fact of like, there were no clear indicators to me that there was someone, a wife, no. And we were with each other constantly, one or the other's place, or on the phone, FaceTime, whatever. We were behaving like people in a relationship. I'm not going to go through all of that. We were just behaving like people in a committed relationship, and then all in love, and, let's have a baby. Okay, I'm 41, baby, maybe, baby. I'll just say, like, I didn't know. And then Tuesdays when I went to urgent care for being sick, / Wednesday morning being in the ER, coming home, and Wednesday evening is when he said to me, or like late afternoon, I'm not ready for this, I don't want to have a baby, blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro, I went to the ER already. Like, I went through the scare of possible ectopic and all this stuff, like, and we committed to this together. Like, what do you think, I'm just gonna go do something that I didn't want to do? I didn't do this and like it was an accident. It's like, oh crap, it broke, and now it was like I laid down willingly and knowingly, signed, we both did. So I'm not gonna now let go of the responsibility, but never like willingly and knowingly, not at this age and stage in my life, with somebody's spouse. You know what I mean? Because separated or not, I don't care if you separated and you're like, I hate her, I hate him. People reconcile through separation all the time. People sometimes go as far, drop the divorce papers, get close to, divorce time, and then reconcile and stay together, and it works out. So like, I understand that. But also, even if you never plan on reconciling, right? It's not about the other person. It's about, if you are just ending something big like a marriage, you need a little time, I feel like, for me, but I'm not judging anyone's journey, because trust me, for the last day and a half, I have been judged, just talked to so mean, like, not even, am I a person? I don't know. But I just wanted to clear that up, because I feel like some people are under the impression that like I knew. I didn't know. It all happened at the same time. Like, Wednesday he said he wasn't ready. Thursday he was like, all right, here's the truth. The truth is, when I met you, I was separated and I had asked for a divorce. Now that's not gonna happen. It's a complicated marriage. We're gonna work it out so you can't have this baby. I literally found out the same day I made the video. That's why I was so emotional and confused and all over the place, because it was like I had just found out that morning, and then the full day I was just like crying on and off and going, what the hell? I thought I was in a relationship with a person, and like we decided to have a baby, and now you're like, I got a whole like life that don't involve you, and I don't want it to involve you or this baby. It was just a lot that day, like a lot, but it was all at the same time. It was not, I didn't know. I didn't go into it knowing that he had a spouse. That's not for me. Here we are. This is just where we are. And if you were to go through my page, you maybe see some images or some things, some videos that I've done over the course of some time, regarding just my story and my life and my journey. Like, October of this year, I will have 5 years of sobriety. God delivered me from the dips and the depths and the pit of addiction. I was in the pit of hell. Yes, The circumstances around this mess, but that ain't God. That was people. That was me not asking for discernment. Me not saying, who sent this man? God, did you send him? Is it for me? That's me and my getting caught up in the whirlwind and being all in love and love, my man, you know, that's what that is. But the baby itself, because God creates life, this ain't from the enemy. This is God creating life in me, and probably at the right exact time. He couldn't have gave it to me earlier. I was on drugs for many, many years. My child wouldn't have made it or would have been taken by CPS or something. So there's no way. I also had way worse jobs and things like that. Like, I have a good career now that I'm proud of. I work in IT. Like, I have my own place. You know, like, I'm just in a far better place. And no, it's not ideal. But again, that was me. That wasn't God. And the way my life is going to be blessed and the way things are just going to, God just likes showing out. He does. He loves to make you an anomaly. He loves to make people an anomaly. I know that. I've seen it. Friends, family, people sicker than sick. And then the doctors come back and they're just in awe. Scans clear, labs clear, everything clear. God loved to show off. So this circumstance and everything surrounding it is a whirlwind of a mess that me and the Lord will sort out. But he gonna show out.
Hello again, my beautiful people. I just want to ask for an extra 5 minutes of your time because this video is sponsored by the juicing cup. So I've been using this cup for a while. I'm going to take you through the process of how I've been using it and how it's been literally even went to yesterday. I went to Aldi's and bought so much food. So these are my mangoes. I'm gonna make some smoothies now. Look at this. This is literally what I went and got at Aldi's yesterday. I mean, my first batch is already done, and now I have more. Like spinach, guys. I mean, seriously, this thing literally had me doing things that I shouldn't be doing. I usually wouldn't do, and I've been drinking smoothies. So what I do is, whenever I'm going to work, I will fill my thing with all of my fruits, and then I'll make smoothies on the go. Cause I could be like, hey, I'm going to my break, and on my way to my car, while I'm walking to my car, I'm making my smoothie. I'm supposed to push the button, and it's blending. It's like mixing all the fruits and making the smoothie for me. You know, so it's super easy and convenient. Cause like you can throw it with you. Anyway, so let's do that. Because what I've been doing is literally taking it. I eat at home. I eat a nice big meal at home. And once it's like later, I'll have my smoothies when I go on my late dinner break situation, because I work in the evening. So it works perfect because now I don't have to go out and go buy extra food. And the smoothies, you know, it'll hold you because it's mostly fluid. So yeah, well, it's all fluid. So anyways, let's make some smoothies because this thing, I love it. I really, really love it. And you don't need to charge it so long in order for it to actually, you know, be charged, and it lasts for a while. So you can basically charge it and take it with you. And you can charge it in the car, because yesterday while I was making my smoothie, it started dying. So I had to charge it in the car to finish making the smoothie because I hadn't charged it in like 5 days. So let's go.